Welcome to this Good Morning Short Practice Full Life Yoga Studio on YouTube. If you like the video, please press like, and you're always welcome to subscribe. So I'm hoping this class just helps people wake up, stretch, open, and get going in the morning. So let's come to standing, and let's just start with a gentle sway side to side, because all of us need to lubricate joints a little bit when we get going in the morning. And we could roll the shoulders up, down, and back. And remember that our bodies are fluid. There's 70% water. So let yourself flow. Maybe your elbows come up and circle back. And we stretch open. Perhaps the arm stretches open. And we reach. And we invite the whole myofascial net of the body to open. And then we just sway side to side, and we begin to bend the quads and warm up. Yes. Dance meets yoga. We move fluidly. We are water. We are water waking up and pouring downstream in the spring runoff. Fluid movement, fluid breath. And we roll the shoulders. And then let's step our legs wide, turn the left foot out and take the right heel back and lift our arms, star pose. Bending the front knee, Virabhadrasana 2. Let's inhale and exhale. We draw in earth energy through the palms and sky, and we draw them down into the body for a good day. We inhale and exhale. Follow your own breath. You don't have to follow mine. Drawing the energy in and through the body. And then pause in your Virabhadrasana 2. You don't want your knee open forward of your ankle. That can hurt your meniscus. We relax the shoulders away from the ears. And the back fingertips release to the right leg. Front palm lifts, dancing warrior. And ask yourself, have I gone so far into the back bend that the body's gripping? If so, come back out. Take a deep inhale up the spine and stretch open. And then exhale. Cartwheel forward, either hand or forearm onto the femur bone for the first round. We inhale, stretch the upper body open. Parsvokonasana prep. And when we're ready, we exhale back into our dancing warrior and take an inhale. And exhale forward, stretching the Parsvokonasana. And we inhale. And we exhale back up to Vira 2 and straighten the front leg, turning it in, turning the right leg out and bending the knee over your second metatarsal, which connects to your second toe. And inhale and exhale. And draw in good, healthy earth energy and sky energy. Visualize what that is. Is it energy from the flowers or from the trees or from the rivers? Draw it right into the body for your day, for your vitality. Rest your arms open in your Virabhadrasana 2, checking in with your knee over at second metatarsal. Left fingertips to the left leg lightly. Right arm arcing overhead, dancing warrior. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. No reason to tense at the start of the day. And then exhale. Right hand to femur or right forearm, Parsvokonasana prep. Let yourself rest into the higher version of the form, even if you can come to the floor the first time. And from the pelvis, root the legs and stretch the upper body open, and then relax into the pose and float back up, dancing warrior. Take an inhale and exhale. Cartwheel forward into your Parsvokonasana prep. Take a stretching inhale and exhale the dancing warrior. And inhale and exhale the Parsvokonasana. And inhale, and then exhale back up to Virtu, straightening your front leg, turn it in and step together and roll one shoulder and then the other and sway back and forth. And notice if your hips opened a little bit from those poses, and turn yourself forward. Some of you may use blocks or a chair seat in front of you for your sun salutations, and if you do, you can bring those in. I'll model with the blocks the first time. You could also have the chair seat right in front of you if you don't want to go as low. And we inhale and stretch skyward. And exhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, releasing the shoulders away from the skull. Pause in your Utkatasana and let your arms swing. Just getting blood flow into the arms this morning. Fluid breath. Just letting the arms go. And then inhale, lift back up, rooting your heels, Uttanasana, stretch skyward. And exhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose again. Stand firm on your feet, but notice if your toes are gripping the floor. Lift your toes. Plant the four corners of your feet and relax the toes. Release your hands down to your props and inhale, lift your heart skyward. And exhale, step your right foot back. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. Your heels are aligned with your sit bones, and inhale, lift into your crescent pose. Keep this back femur bone buoyed up. Don't collapse into the ligaments there and overstretch them. Lengthen the side spines as you reach skyward. And then exhale, hands to the heart, bow forward. Humble warrior, shoulder blades on the back. And as you're ready, inhale, lift the arms. And exhale through the heart. Gentle movement through the poses. We inhale up. And exhale, bow. This time, inhale up and hold from your pelvis, root into the feet and rise out of the pelvis. And then exhale, fingertips to your chair seat or blocks on medium if you're going to use them. Step back into your plank. Let yourself rock back and forth on the heels, but don't rock forward of a 90-degree angle at your wrists. Just open the toe box a little bit. And you can either come down to knees and lift the feet for a low plank, or just pause in your plank and then roll forward into your upward dog. Breathe into stretching the front body broad across the collarbones and exhale back, downward dog. Bend your knees in towards your armpits, find a really long spine, and then take the femur bones back. You can stay here or float the left leg up behind you. Stretch from hands into the lifted foot and release the left leg, lifting the right, stretching long. Fluid breath. Step the right foot forward. Float up to high on your blocks. Float up to your fingertips. Really ground from the feet, from the hips to the feet, and float the upper body skyward. Crescent pose. And exhale, bow, humble warrior. And flow with your own breath, stretching the body open and releasing the arms like wings. And you can choose, do I rather have my arms float like wings or come through the heart? Fluid breath, hugging in the banks of your river, hugging in from the outer hips so the energy runs through you from earth to sky, from sky to earth. Pause in the uplifted pose, honoring the crescent moon, and then release your fingertips back to the blocks, back to the floor or the chair seat. Step back, plank. Rocking on the feet. You can stay with the rocking if it feels like, oh, I need that in my toes. Or you can float one foot up behind you, keeping the pelvis steady. And then lower that foot, float the other foot up. Lower that foot. You can stay with the plank work or roll forward into your upward dog. Fluid breath. Broad across the shoulder girdle. And then lift from underneath the belly and pelvis. Float the pelvis back, downward dog. Bend your knees and lengthen the spine. Fluid breath. Deep breath into the low back ribs. And straightening the legs, take the femur bones back. And if you'd like to, float up the left leg, bend the knee and bring the foot back behind the right side body. Stretching. Don't drop the right shoulder. Keep it broad and open and strong. And then straighten the right leg and lower the right foot and lift. Or sorry, that was the left foot. Lift the right. Lengthen out through the pose. Bend the knee. Press the right foot back to the left side body. Stretch the pose open. Fluid breath. Broad across the shoulder girdle, long in the neck. And then bring the right foot back down, stepping forward. Draw the left foot forward, bend the knees, hands to the heart. Inhale, length to the spine, and exhale, twist gently one direction, and unwind and twist the other, and unwind and twist, and unwind and twist, and unwind and release the arms. And float up to the sky, rooting your heels, rooting your tailbone, open the heart. And exhale, hands through the heart, mountain pose. Fluid breath. Step one foot forward and one foot back. And float your arms out like wings and bring the forward leg hand around to the back leg hip. And inhale, open, and exhale, twist the other way. And inhale and exhale and float and release. And just gentle twisting. Don't crank as far as you can. Just invite the body to wake up this morning. And then float open and switch sides. Inhale, arms up, front arm to back hip. And then we open and switch. Inhale, center, exhale, the twist. Your eyes can look out the far corners to add a little balance work to the twist, a little eye muscle exercise. And then come back to center and release. And inhale, lift your arms. And exhale, feet, heels sit bone distance wide. Knees bend, Utkatasana, placing the block between your thighs. Another block on the floor. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Release the shoulders away from the head. Strong legs supporting you. You can stay here if you have osteoporosis and don't want to twist, or bring your left fingertips to the block and float your right shoulder blade onto the back. Hug the block and keep the knees forward as you float the wings skyward and broaden across your shoulder girdle. Deep breaths. Feel into hugging the block from the outer hips as well as the inner thighs. And release the lifted wing and move the block a little over if you need to and float the wing up. Pressing down into the fingers on the block or the chair seat, lift across the wingspan. Fluid breath. Some of you may be able to come to the floor on your fist or your fingertips. Fluid breath. And release the lifted wing. Hands to the heart. Still maintain your Utkatasana. Feel the strength you're building in your quads. And release your arms and let them swing. Let go at the shoulder joint where many of us get impinged because we tighten the shoulders so much because of stress. Let the arms go. Swing the lymph and the blood in your arms, and then reach skyward, stand tall. Rooting the tailbone, lift the lowest circle of ribs, lengthening your low back, and then lift the heart. Lift into a standing back bend. And exhale, float back up. Release the block, mountain pose. Pause in your mountain. You've developed strength with your Utkatasana fierce pose. You've developed open hips, flexible body with the standing warriors and with the twists. Now let's come into balance. Let's do Vrksasana tree pose. You can either come in and create a kickstand with your foot where you just lift the toes and work on balance there, or bring the foot into the calf or into the inner thigh and float the arms up, hugging the midline, foot to leg, leg to foot. Let the arm bones rest into the shoulder sockets and become a tree rooted in the forest, rooted into your intentions for the day. Let your limbs gently flow with the breeze. You can adapt to what comes your way, but you're also rooted and grounded in what you know is important, in taking good care of yourself during the day with fluid, three-dimensional breath, with taking some time to restore. Now bring the lifted knee forward and see if you can lift the foot into Parsvokonasana. Hug the midline, let the energy run through the banks of your river, earth to sky, sky to earth, and release. Pause, stable and strong like a mountain, preparing for the day. Draw the next leg in to whatever position is best for you. Not right on the knee joint, which can compromise the knee joint if you come out of balance. And then inhale up your wings. If you want to be a spruce or a Doug fir or a pine, you can bring your hands together, pointing index fingers skyward. If you're an oak, keep the branches open, or perhaps you're a weeping willow. Let the arms move gently in the breeze, whichever tree you are. Fluid breath, rooted and adaptable, capable of any challenges that come your way this day. And then still the arms and let the knee come forward and see if you can lift strong into your Parsvokonasana. Hold the heart high even as you work, and exhale, release, mountain pose. And inhale, draw in earth and sky. Revitalize yourself this morning for the day to come. Root through your feet to earth, and inhale and exhale. Smooth and fluid breath that opens the whole circumference of the torso. Breathe into the back lung tissue, nurturing yourself. And one more. Inhale. And exhale your hands to your hearts. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.